I got a lot of requests for GamepadViewer, but I'm going to show you how to test your buttons on a computer if you wanted to. So I'm going to be using the default configuration because the default configuration doesn't have any, emulations running. It's running on default. And just so you can see on my Quadstick Manager program, I am not running on PS4 boot. I'm not using any adapters. Just a Quadstick to the computer without PS4 enabled, just so it can have the right buttons when I test it. Yeah, so no emulation mode, pure default, yada 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 yada. So this is how I test it. I mean, you can change it if you want, put it to Xbox if you want, but it's pretty much the same thing. Now, here's GamepadViewer. I'm gonna put it in the link description below. And like I said, you want to be running on the default profile. When you start moving it, you're gonna see it's blank. It's gonna say none, and it detects my controller. And go to mouse mode. Click on player 1. Change it to whatever you want. I guess I'll put it as PlayStation, just so because it's easier to read. It's not that dark. That and the layout is. So here it is. And then you're gonna test out the buttons. And the ones I want you to test out are these 3 buttons, because I feel like sometimes they get confused with emulation stuff like this. You're gonna test out center puff, center sip, and right center puff the most. So if I do center puff, it's gonna be circle, center sip should be square, and right center puff should be triangle. For some odd reasons, those 3 get mixed up the most. Let me just try it out right here. Center puff, square, that's already wrong. See, so it's wrong. Center sip is X, okay, and right center puff is triangle. From this point of view, center puff should have been circle, center sip should have been square, and right center puff is correct, I guess. So I guess X is the problem. And what is X? Find out. Circle. So I guess these 3 are mixed up. These 3 are mixed up together. And it's not your Quadstick fault. I hate it when people say it's a Quadstick fault without, taking any initiative to figure it out. It's just a simple mix-up. So you're going to click on these 3 lines up here. You're going to remap your buttons. And you're going to remap player 1. That's what your Quadstick is. The Quadstick vendor. It reads as Quadstick because I'm on default. You're going to add new mappings to it. See, just 3 of them. You're going to add one to square. Or let's go with circle first. You're going to add one to square. And then you're going to add one to cross. It's already there. Let's enable them, alright? So enable. Actually, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Leave it like this. We're going to set it. So when you click this, you're going to go back to your first profile and you're going to do exactly what it is. So circle is center puff. Center puff. Button 2. Correct. X is lip. So which is cross. And then square is center sip. And you're going to apply this new mapping. Apply it. Boom. It's saved. Now we're going to try it. Center puff should be circle. Correct. Center sip should be square. Correct. And lip should be cross. X. Correct. And now you can test everything out. So everything works perfectly. This is where you can test it now. Everything else should pretty much fall in line. You can check that yourself. I just know that lines 28 to 30 are the most mixed up ones when you do, GamepadViewer or X360E. Sometimes it misconfigures it, but it's no big deal. It's easily fixable. And this is the way to do it. Happy gaming and happy testing. Have fun, guys. See ya.